Hello, all you beautiful people. It's been a little bit. This is Learn to Love Yourself, and I changed the handle. It's Authenticity with Rosie. But I appreciate your guys' patience. I kind of had a little growing experiences myself. So we get those, and it's fun. And I was so excited when I found the notes of what the next one in the series of 7. And so this one is the 6th of 7 from Overcoming Rejection and Building Confidence. And today's topic is Action Breeds Confidence. And so I was super excited that that was today's topic that I had written down. And so it's just interesting how things play out and work out. But first, I want to take a deep breath, calm my energies. So, what do you think of when you think of action breeds confidence? That would imply that you would have to take action before you felt confident. And I know that's very, very challenging for me. I mean, I've told you the story of me with the YouTube channel. It takes time, and it doesn't, but a lot of us, me, I've done this, where you wait to feel confident to do something. But the thing is if you do it, the confidence comes later. And that's just one thing that you have to learn. And it's challenging. And so if you feel stuck, afraid, or unsure, this one is for you. Because we've all been there. We've all had our moments of being stuck, of being unsure about what path to take next. Because it's hard. And so confidence doesn't come right up front. You can wait forever and you're not just instantly going to feel confident. Action is what makes you feel confident, and it builds that confidence to where you feel good about yourself. And, you know, most people, I should say, it takes a minute, even if you wait and take the smallest step. Obviously, first you have to you have to analyze it and decide what action needs to be taken. And then as you decide upon a plan of what action needs taken, and even if doing the one thing, getting up earlier, eating more healthy, exercising, filling your body with good fruits and vegetables, just one little thing, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. Whether you're trying to get more brave, doing things, going out, talking to people that you don't normally talk to, and find out that everyone is the same. We're all working on it together. And so it's okay to be scared. Like I said, it's okay to be unsure. It's okay to even be terrified. But as you face your fears more and more, that's what builds confidence. That's what makes you unstoppable. And I'm not saying you should immediately go do everything that you're afraid of. Obviously, there's things you should, and probably not wisest choices. You shouldn't go jump off a cliff because it's scary. And so you have to weigh the benefit for you. But when you feel that it's true to your heart to do that, and that's what your heart has been calling you to do, you realize it's not as scary as you once thought. And the more you act, the more evidence you have. Just reading my notes for a second. What I was trying to say is the more you act, the more evidence your brain collects that you can do this. And so every time you face something that's hard or challenging or scary, every time you're almost rewiring how your brain perceives things. And so then you remember that you can do hard things because you've passed all of these other challenges with flying colors. And yes, it's normal to stumble and fall and so if you do stumble and fall, don't be like, oh, I'm not going to try that again. It's all a learning curve. If you next time be like, okay, well, next time I'm going to change it a little bit. And so that it is a little different, because a lot of times things just need tweaked until you find the right formula. It's not like when you're baking. If you add too much baking powder or too many eggs or too much salt, your stuff is not going to turn out right, just as the same as if you add too little. And so life is about balance. It's about finding the right one. And the thing is, remember, everyone is so different. Thank goodness. We're all so vastly different. And there is no one in this world that can tell you that your choice is wrong when it feels right to you, because no one else is you. And so own your truth. Action interrupts fear because you're scared, and then action comes along and it's like, move out of the way. And so it interrupts that pattern in your brain, like I said, and so it's rewiring it. So I came up with a couple steps to break it down. This one, it's like when I took PALS, ACLS, PHLS, in the times when I ran ambulance. And it was the weirdest smell, and I don't know. I've never smelt something quite like it. But there was one time one of our instructors walked in and he's like, oh, smells like burnt brain cells in here. And it kind of was. It was just the weirdest smell. It was almost like an electric burning smell, but not quite. But it was because the ACLS test, that certification is the same test that cardiologists take. And it's a lot of information, and you only have a limited amount of time that you have to intake all of this information and then be able to pass the tests that go with it. And so it's a little challenging, to say it mildly. But it's just, it's one little step at a time, one little step. It's like you can't take a child that hasn't learned their ABCs and hand them pre-calc or something, a test for those bigger tests like algebra and beyond, to surpass in that if they don't even know how to count. And so it's taking it step by step. And that's what my instructor in the EMT class, he says, you have to learn how to take life. Like, you see the elephant, it's huge, it's gigantic, it could smash you. But you have to break it down into bite-sized pieces. And so you just eat a little tiny bit at a time. And that's how fear is. It's not saying you need to go climb Mount Everest today. It's saying is the first step is to decide that there needs to be even anything happening, any change that you want to take. And then you decide the appropriate action to take. And as you take one step, then the next step isn't as hard. And the next step after that isn't as hard. But it's like rappelling off of a cliff. The only thing you have to do is remember and think about. Don't think about all of the steps to get there. Think about, what can I do in this moment to get me to the desired outcome that I want and that I seek? It's like somebody who goes to the gym. You can't go to the gym once and instantly be fit and have all your muscles happy at you. Yeah, the first time, the second time, probably the 10th time, you're going to be sore because you're not used to using these muscles. And having these other muscles, confidence is a muscle, and it takes time to get it to work right. And the more you exercise confidence, the more confidence you will have. Just like muscles at the gym. The more you exercise the muscles, the more muscles you will have. And so every time you see, and that's when you see the evidence of your work, and that's what can drive you, is because you're like, well, I didn't think I could do this before, but somehow I managed to, and now I'm good. Now I can do this one step, and I can exercise for 10, 15, 20 minutes, building up, and I can do this on schedule when I say I'm going to, because that's another thing that's very important that a lot of people don't think is, whatever you think and believe, your body believes you, no matter what you say. And so if you say, I'm going to get up at 5 tomorrow, I'm going to be bright and shiny, I'm going to do the things, and then you don't, you sleep in, you snooze your alarm, you decide, we'll do it tomorrow. Well, now you're teaching your body that it can't trust what you say because you don't tell the truth. And so you have to understand these patterns and hold yourself accountable and have the determination and the drive to help yourself, because no one's going to be sitting on an island and have the world handed to them. I'm not saying that everything, it depends. There's flip sides where there's times where you have to let go and be at peace. But when it comes to change and improvement, like your health and your body, those don't come just to you. You have to do the best you can. You have to try, you have to work at it. Nobody's just handed a gorgeous body and live with it the whole life and never suffer any problems when they eat trash. I shouldn't say trash, but eat things that are poisoning themselves. You're not going to have a happy life because you are what you eat. And so I'm talking about where you have to take action to get results. And if you just take one action today, one little tiny action, that'll set you up for more. So if you decide, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. It's like today, I'm like, you know what? The time has come. I'm going to start doing videos again on YouTube. And so I set it across time, and I got up, got ready, and here I am doing it. And then when I record the next one, it'll be easier, and the next one will be easier. But what I'm saying is this would be harder for me had I not already have done it in the past, where you set goals for yourself and you follow through. Because What you tell yourself is so important. It's so important. That's why when people are always talking bad about themselves, and then they're like, I'm just picked on. And you're like, well, of course you're picked on. You won't stop picking on yourself. And it's kind of hard and harsh, it seems, because at that time, you really don't want a lot of judgment. But in the same sense, it depends. Because I like pity parties as much as anyone. I like to be sad, feel bad, even cry, whatever it takes to feel those emotions. And I know emotions and feeling them can be new for a lot of people because a lot of people have been grown up and conditioned that you should swallow your emotions down. You don't need to listen to them. You shouldn't listen to the thoughts, all of these things. But the thing is it's trying to talk to you for a reason. You might as well hear it out. And so as you learn to have yourself trust you better, and yes, the first time you look in the mirror and you say, I am beautiful, I am amazing, I can accomplish anything I wish, I can do hard things, I can get up in the morning, I can get this room cleaned, I can go on that hike, I can make it to the gym, I can exercise, I can sing that song, I can draw that picture. Whatever it is, whatever your goal is, the only one stopping you is you. You can't blame it on your neighbor. You can't blame it on your kids. You can't blame it on your partner. You can't blame it on anyone but you, because people make time for things they care about. And that's another thing that a lot of people are like, I just never have time. They have time. We all have the same amount of time. It just depends on how you use your time. And it's an effort. And when you have to decide that regardless, I'm going to get something done today. Yes, you might not get as much done as you wanted. And yes, you should not set your goals too big at first, because then you can get discouraged very easily. It's when I had my stroke and I was relearning to do things, it takes time. It takes time to get where you can do things. And even with I had a bad accident in September, and it takes time, and I'm like, come on, I should be feeling back to me. And yet it takes time. It takes time to heal. It takes time to get back in that zone. And the thing is, like with my stroke, I will never be who I was before. But the thing is, you have to remember is every challenge, every test, do we really want to be the same person, or do we want to be a better version of us? Because that's what growth is. That's what changes, is when we improve, no matter what happens, we improve upon what we have. So I just want to say, confidence is not something you're born with. Yes, I know some people could argue with me because our 2-year-olds are pretty confident. But that's different. They're not, I guess it could be, I guess you would say, false confidence, but it's not the same as being scared and doing it anyway. I'm talking about the confidence that you have to build slowly when you have to work at it. It's like Wonder Woman when she first climbed up in the field and she started getting hit by bullets, and she didn't exactly know what she was going to do. And then the first bullet hit, and she realized it didn't hurt her. And the next bullet hit, and she realized, and pretty soon she was running because she knew how to transmute that energy and use it to her advantage. And so that's the big thing, is how do we take this fear and change it into something useful for you? How do you make it work for you? And I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's hard. But I do know that you can do it. And the reason I know that is because I have, over and over and over. And you come to realize that you can survive a lot of things you never would have dreamt of. It's the mindset. If you believe you can, you can. But if you don't believe you can, you're right too. So, and when you're taking that first step, like I said, don't look at the mountain. Don't look at the hole down past the cliff where you're rappelling. Only look at the one step in front of you. And then after you take that step, the next step. Don't look down. Just focus what's right in front of you. One step at a time. And I know it's a very interesting time in which we live. There's so many shifts and changes, and it's almost every day you hear something else coming out of things that we hadn't known for years. And it's sobering, but at the same time, it's exciting, because as all of this stuff, all of this heaviness of this energy is bubbled to the surface, we're starting to see other things more clearly. Our vibration is starting to improve beyond that. And so just remember, even one small step is enough. So I just want to remind all of you that you're so loved. There's so many people helping us. Yes, you might not see them with your physical eyes, but you can feel them if you try. Just remember, you got this.